Hello, and welcome to the Week 5 wrap-up for Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, boys, we had a pretty interesting week, and this camera, by the way, still stinks, but I'm going to work on trying to fix that. But for now, you may notice me going in and out of clarity, but so be it. But this week we had some interesting games. Some were close, some weren't so close, some were exciting, and some probably not as exciting. I know that for me, the big win over Don Chris in our own personal battle for Ohio went very well. Took him out right at the knees. He suffered 2 losses in a row. Pretty excited about that. We know that Seth Mike and Alex Billy got into it, and Seth Mike has decided that he's going to go on a scoring rampage. I hope this does not continue for the rest of the season, but I'm sure he does hope that it continues. He is going crazy with the points. He scored almost 200 again for the second week in a row. Fell just a little bit short to our resident loser, Alex Billy. We see that Harrison has decided to go on a rampage of his own, and that's just with W's. And he has done that against our boy Joey, who is still coincidentally known as the #1 Wilmot son with Mama Wilmot. And Mama is still pretty upset at Don Chris. She's embarrassed, ashamed. We may need to get this wonderful woman some counseling because it's really hitting her hard about what a loser he was, which was only exaggerated by the fact that Ian took care of business when Don Chris could not. We know that our resident so-called goat, aka donkey, Keith, took another L at the hands of Ian this week. It wasn't even close. But speaking of close, the commissioner and Badonkachonk went at it head to head. And Aaron, he did good. Yeah, he won 116.8 to 116.24. And that's about as close as they get. That's about as close as my game last week. It's a nail biter. I mean, probably not for Adam, considering I think he was fully asleep in the middle of the night when those scores started coming through. He didn't notice it until this morning when he woke up, which is, I believe, 8 hours ahead of Arizona time because it's 5 hours ahead of mine. So it was an interesting week. It was a good week. There were some interesting players in the league. We had a few more injuries. Justin Jefferson went down. He's gone for at least 4 weeks. Big time scorer, overall #1 pick, and he is out for a bit. We know that there have been quarterbacks that have gone down, quarterbacks that have played through things when they should have sat on the bench when they only had one leg. Looking at you, Joe Burrow. We have had some other interesting situations come up. We've had some rookies that are really playing very, very poorly. And we've had a few rookies that are playing extremely well. And I have one of each on my team. So I have one rookie that just sucks. And I have one rookie that has been blowing the doors off the place. And it's been fun. So we should probably go to our special guests of the week. They are coming to us live from the great state of Iowa. I know that you've all heard of them. In fact, I know that none of you have heard of them in actuality, but they will be amazing. And you're going to love it. And I'm pretty sure that when you see them, you won't at all recognize who they are because they're people that you've never met, people that you definitely don't know. But take it away, boys. Thanks for that, Mr. Poncho. We'd like to welcome you to the Pride of Iowa, Grid for Life, the #1 NFL talk show in the state of Iowa. I'm your host, Trip the Whip. I'm the pride of Indianola, Iowa. I am the Simpson College Hall of Fame quarterback and #1 stat leader for Division III. This is my co-host, Disposal Joe. Let you introduce yourself, Joe.
Hello, fans. Welcome back. Thanks for always tuning in. The #1, not just across Iowa, but across the 5 Central State region. Huge hit, South Dakota. Thank you guys up there for the donations you made this week. Disposal Joe, as you know, digesting any subject that comes our way, chewing it up, sending it down. There are no clogs here. There's no clogs. And A5 rated leading sack of all time, A5 ball. As you all know, there's a division between single A ball and double A ball. Triple A, that's the smallest battery in the world. We don't even care about that. But right in between single A and double A, we got A5 ball, all-time leading sack. Your boy, the Disposal, chewing them up, spitting them down on the ground.
Definitely a legend.
Let's get it, Trip. Let's get it today.
We can take
we got some ammunition to get through here, brother.
We absolutely do. We are guest stars for this Podunk League, Blood, Sweat, and Beers, but we're going to give you some hot tips tonight, guys. We have you ready to go for the rest of the season. We've got sit 'em, start 'em. Hot takes? Probably not, because we rock. We've got it all for you. And our first person that we're going to talk about tonight is quarterback Zach Martin.
Ooh.
Best in the nation. He's holding out on you.
It's too much.
Is the best quarterback you have ever seen. He's just been laying in wait, hiding, pretending, logging. What do you think, Joe?
Same story as Aaron Rodgers. That's why they brought him in there. Aaron Rodgers sat on the bench for 4 years. Some people think it was a healthy marinade to make that succulent meal that was about to come out into the NFL. Same deal, Zach Wilson, marinating all these years. He's now the best dinner we've ever had.
Oh, wait. I thought we were talking about Zach Martin. We were talking about Zach Wilson the whole time? Never mind. He sucks.
Zach Martin, didn't you? I thought you said Martin Scorsese. I thought you were talking about a movie that we had watched the other day. Never mind.
I got it all messed up.
Zach Martin, clearly. No, go ahead. No, I apologize. I got 2 stories mixed up. Circle back. That's what we do with the Disposal. Sometimes you got to flip the switch off, reach your hand in there, and get the wedding ring back out.
Exactly.
Circle back.
Screw Zach, whatever. I don't care. Let's talk about Saquon Barkley. What are your thoughts on him?
We have never seen a specimen like this in our lifetime. You and I have been around decades, and he's something special.
He should retire.
His immune system,
he's washed up.
His immune system and white blood count, even though not a white man himself, but his white blood count and his ability to repair and not get injured. We've never seen this before. He's
done.
He's going to play running back until he's 50 years old. You heard it here first.
No.
50-year-old running back in the league.
50-year-old?
50 years.
Oh.
You heard it here. He's going to go all the way. He's going to usurp Brady as the oldest player ever. He's going to go right to 50. The old 50-cent piece.
Well, Joe, I mean,
I feel it.
Maybe I have to agree with you now. I mean, he did have 32 touchdowns last year.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie, Trip.
No, they don't lie. They don't lie. So let's go to the next guy we should talk about for this league, Trevor Lawrence. Is he, in fact, the ugliest quarterback who's ever lived?
Tell you what, put a wig on that boy. Cross the bar. I'd think twice. I don't
Hmm.
know. But
You think
can
he can
he?
dance?
Oh, without a doubt. You don't get drafted by a top tier club like Jacksonville and you can't shake them hips.
Duval.
No question in my mind. He's
Well,
got the moves.
start him
100%.
in.
100%.
I'll agree with that. So I was watching TV the other day and I saw Travis Kelsey on there pimping vaccines. So is he a product of the liberal media and Nancy Pelosi?
If you're asking me personally,
Yeah.
if I took a glimpse into his stock portfolio, I think he's buying nothing but Pfizer. He's buying up the Pfizer, he's buying it all up. 100% conspiracy theory. He's pumping, he's dumping, he's thumping. Kelsey, Two-Face,
Do you think Taylor Swift's using him as a puppet?
without a doubt.
Take your vaccines.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Good call.
Fair
Good
enough.
call.
I think we're spot on
Not many
there.
people go that route. Not many people go that route and realize the agenda behind the game.
It's what we do on this show. Grid for life.
Yeah. We
We
give
do.
you the true backstory. This isn't just football. This is football life.
Wow.
These are the real stories.
They are. How about another take? What's your thoughts on Tyreek Hill? Is he in fact too short to last in the NFL?
100%. Not going to
Wrong.
last.
Wrong.
Not going to last.
He's getting stretched. They're stretching his legs right now. He's in fact 2 inches taller this year than he was last year. Next year, he's going to be 4 inches taller than he originally was.
Unbelievable.
It happened.
Only in the Everglades. That's where that voodoo stuff comes out of.
Yep.
Good call.
This never happened in Kansas City.
You're right.
Nope. Never. In Kansas City, he was just short. And, he was kind of fast, but, he's just short. But now he's growing every year. He's going to be like 6'8" next year. Can't believe it.
You know what? Conspiracy theory.
What's that?
What do you attribute to, besides the clear medical direction he's getting behind the scenes from the corrupt Miami staff, that every time Jalen Waddle has his celebration dance, I think that's a secret. They're stretching him. That is the key factor in opening up the fluid, the actually kind of doubling back. They call it the Saquon juice in the kneecap specifically, and it does come down to the ankles, but that's mostly in Europe. The Saquon juice on the Waddle dance lengthens the body. You, my friend, have stumbled onto a fantastic theory here.
Blown away. Joe, you are a repository of all things. Can't believe it. Love
That's
your
better
take
than my former status as a suppository.
Yes. So, one last player to talk about in the NFL, Joe Burrow. He got a big paycheck. What do you think's coming next for Joe?
I think he's phoning it in. I think he's phoning it in.
He took that sack of cash and he's running.
You get that cash. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest, Trip. You get that sack of cash. What are you and I doing? You and I have played ball at a high level.
True.
We have gotten our sacks of cash in our respective ways.
I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Not that kind of cash.
No.
If I had it, I tell you, a lot of places in Cincinnati, that is the capital of Kentucky, a lot of places there where you can set up shop, take it easy, lay back, live the good life. Oh, think he's phoning it in, brother.
Okay. Well, you heard it first. Zach Wilson, start. Saquon Barkley, start. Trevor Lawrence, start. Travis Kelsey, sit.
Sit him.
Tyreek Hill, sit him until he
Sit him.
grows a little more, then start him.
No,
Joe Burrow, sit him. So, Disposal
heard here.
Joe, you told me earlier that you had some thoughts on this specific league, this blood, sweat, and beers that we're a part of this week. What are those thoughts of yours?
I tell you, Trip. I looked through each of the matchups. I looked through everybody's roster, and I'll be honest. You told me this league's been around for well over a decade. Some of these members being original. There has been some influx, some new members here and there.
I heard the original guys are the best ones.
100%. 100%. But out of those three guys, 2.5 really, to be honest, half the team is okay on the one guy. They're all rookies. Have they even ever watched an NFL game? What are they compiling here? In what universe do you not run 2 kickers? What kind of league is this? We don't do things that way in Iowa. You got 2 kickers, you stat them up. 1 kicker, what is this?
What 2 is kickers, 3 QBs. That's the golden rule.
Thank you.
2 defenses.
2 defenses. And you don't run the same. You calculate these points. The defense and special teams count as the same thing. What is that? That's ridiculous. What are these stats? I don't even understand this. Oh, and then these names, they're so cryptic and some are songs and barking moons and it plays on different sports celebrities. I don't know. And then the Saints fan, what's that about? I don't think that guy's ever been to New Orleans in his life.
I've never even heard of New Orleans.
Unbelievable. It's like Atlantis. That's how I feel about it. Same as it's the found city of Atlantis.
Oh,
the true New Orleans. Ridiculous.
Down in the gutter.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the Disposal.
No, not the same thing.
No.
Well,
but overall, what I got to say about this league, what these guys got to do, you better get trading or you better get winning.
What's your thoughts on whether trades should be vocalized or kept silent?
100% silent. And when I say that,
you don't even tell the other person what they're trading.
What I mean, here's the deal. When I say 100% silent, what I mean by that is the unspoken word. Of course, when you're being silent, you want to voice the specifics of everything to the whole league. But after that, remaining silent, letting it marinate, and letting the league really influence you as to what you should be doing. And, more often than not, a multitude of counselors yields to wins. That's just how we do it here.
That's so wise. That's why I bring you on, buddy. You're the wisest man in town.
I'm a humble guy. I know what I look at when I watch football, when I watch individual. It's not just football, you know that. Individual people, you got to look into their life, their background. You got to know what these guys are thinking. At any given time, you got to be able to switch it up. Who won the game Monday night? Packers or Raiders? Nobody knows. Nobody knows, Trip.
I didn't know. Who stays up that late?
Might have said the Raiders. No. But because Davante Adams, former Packer, inside job.
The old double reverse.
You didn't hear it from me. Didn't hear it from me.
Well, thanks for bringing that insight in. I guess we better wrap things up and get back to our regular show and let these hosers go. So take off, guys.
Take off, hosers.
Wow. That was spirited, wasn't it? Seemed like those guys really didn't know at all what they were talking about, did they? Oof. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little segment, and I hope you had a good week. I again want to tell you that I love you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful week of fantasy football, unless, of course, you are Keith or you're playing me, and then I hope you lose miserably. So have a great one. See you next week. Bye, guys.